You are here to rest. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to think about, nothing you need to follow. Tonight, you will gently walk through a forgotten ancient world, a place where time has slowed and silence feels safe. As you listen, allow your breathing to soften. Allow your body to relax. You do not need to stay awake. If your thoughts begin to drift, let them go. The story will continue without you. Now, take a slow breath in and gently breathe out. Your journey begins.
You are walking slowly, calmly, without effort. There is no destination waiting for you, no moment you are late for, nothing ahead that requires your attention. Each step unfolds naturally, as if your body already knows the rhythm of this place. The ground beneath your feet is smooth stone, worn down by countless quiet footsteps from a time long forgotten. It feels solid and steady, holding you without resistance. You breathe in and gently breathe out. The air is cool but comfortable. It moves slowly around you, brushing past your skin like a soft current. There is no sharpness here, no sudden change. Everything exists at the same calm pace. Above you, the night sky stretches wide and open. Stars rest quietly in place, unmoving and distant. They do not flicker or shimmer. They simply remain, silent and patient. You continue walking. On either side of you, tall stone walls rise gently into the darkness. Their surfaces are softened by age. Corners are rounded. Edges are smooth. Nothing feels broken or unfinished. This world has already completed everything it needed to become. Your footsteps echo lightly, then fade. Each sound disappears almost as soon as it is made, absorbed by the stillness around you. Your breathing begins to slow, in and out. With every breath, your shoulders release a little more tension. Your jaw loosens. Your hands feel heavier, warmer, more relaxed. You are walking through an ancient world that no longer exists in the present. A place that has been resting quietly beneath time itself. Nothing here expects anything from you. You pass beneath a wide stone archway. As you step forward, the sound of your movement changes slightly. The echo grows softer, more distant. Ahead of you, the space opens into a long, empty street, stretching forward into shadow. Moonlight settles gently across the stone beneath your feet. Pale light reveals faint patterns carved into the ground. Lines and shapes created patiently, without urgency. You do not try to understand them. There is no need. You simply notice how calm they feel. You continue walking. Your pace slows naturally, without conscious thought. Each step feels lighter than the last. The movement itself becomes soothing, repetitive, predictable. You breathe in again and out. Thoughts begin to stretch out, drifting farther apart. They no longer connect to one another. One thought appears, pauses, then fades away before another arrives. You do not follow them. You do not hold on to them. You keep walking. The ancient world remains silent around you. Buildings stand quietly, their doors open, their interiors dark and empty. You do not feel drawn to explore them. Curiosity has softened into calm acceptance. Everything here is exactly where it should be. You pass another archway and enter a broader space. A wide courtyard opens before you, surrounded by evenly spaced columns. They rise upward, tall and steady, disappearing into darkness above. The courtyard feels open, yet protected. Moonlight falls gently across the ground, creating long, still shadows that do not move. The air feels held here, as if this place has been waiting a very long time and is content to continue waiting. Your footsteps grow even quieter. Your breathing deepens. In and out. Each breath feels slower than the one before. Your body grows heavier, but not tired. Just settled, supported. You pause for a moment, not because you need to stop, but because your body naturally slows. The silence feels comforting. You resume walking, letting the sound of your steps fade almost completely. The world seems to respond by growing even quieter, as if acknowledging your presence without disturbance. You walk along the edge of the courtyard, passing stone benches worn smooth by time. You do not sit yet. Movement still feels right. The path ahead narrows again, leading you gently forward between tall walls. The space feels closer here, but not confining. It offers a sense of shelter, like being wrapped gently in stillness. Your thoughts now arrive only occasionally. They drift in, then drift away, leaving behind empty space. You breathe, slowly, evenly. The ancient world continues to hold you, allowing you to move through it without question, without expectation. Nothing here asks who you are. Nothing here asks where you came from. You are simply allowed to be, and you keep walking. continue walking. Your pace is slow, unhurried, comfortable. There is no pressure to move faster, no reason to slow down even more. Your body has found a rhythm that feels natural. The stone street beneath your feet stretches forward quietly, wide and open. Its surface is smooth, shaped by countless steps taken long before memory. The ground feels cool and steady, offering support without resistance. You breathe in and gently breathe out. The air feels calm here, still. It carries no scent, no sharpness. It moves softly around you, barely noticeable, like a quiet presence that asks nothing of you. On both sides of the street, tall stone buildings stand in silence. Their walls rise evenly, softened by time. Nothing feels abandoned. Nothing feels unfinished. This place has simply been resting. Windows remain dark. Doorways remain open. Nothing watches. Nothing waits. Your footsteps are the only sound. Even they fade quickly. With each step, your body feels heavier in a comforting way. Not tired, just settled, supported. Your shoulders drop slightly lower. Your hands feel warm, relaxed at your sides. Your breathing grows deeper. In, out. Thoughts arrive slowly now. They do not form clear images. They drift gently, like distant shapes moving across water. You notice them briefly, then they pass. You do not follow them. You continue walking. The street widens gradually, opening into a large open space. A courtyard reveals itself ahead of you, wide and balanced. Stone columns stand evenly spaced around the edges, rising upward into shadow. The courtyard feels open, yet protected. Moonlight settles gently across the stone ground, casting long, unmoving shadows. Nothing here shifts, nothing changes. The air feels held, as if this space has learned how to remain still. You step into the courtyard. Your footsteps sound softer here. The echo is barely noticeable. You walk slowly across the open space, feeling the calm expand around you. There is no sense of urgency, no need to cross quickly. Movement itself feels soothing. You breathe in again and out. Each breath feels slower than the last. Each breath feels deeper than the last. The space between breaths grows longer. Your chest rises gently, then falls without effort. You pass between two tall columns. Their surfaces feel smooth as you move past, worn by time and touch. They stand quietly, patient and unmoving. This place does not ask you to understand it. It does not ask you to remember anything. It simply allows you to be here. You notice how your thoughts have begun to thin. There is more space between them now. Silence stretches longer, filling the gaps effortlessly. You walk toward the far edge of the courtyard, where another stone archway opens into a narrower path. The transition feels natural, gentle. As you pass beneath the archway, the sound of your movement changes again, softer, more distant. The walls draw closer, but not in a way that feels confining. They offer shelter, protection. The path ahead is quiet and straight. Stone walls rise on either side, their surfaces rounded and smooth. Nothing feels sharp, nothing feels new. The ancient world continues to feel calm, settled, complete. Your steps slow further. You breathe in, out. Your body feels heavier now, rested, as if gravity itself has softened. Each movement takes less effort than before. You pass open doorways carved into stone. Inside, empty rooms rest quietly, untouched. You do not feel drawn to explore them. There is no curiosity pulling you inward. Walking is enough. Being here is enough. The silence feels full, not empty. It wraps around you gently, supporting each step. Your breathing continues at a steady, slow rhythm. Each inhale fills you softly. Each exhale releases weight. Thoughts become less frequent. When one appears, it fades before forming shape. You no longer try to hold on to anything. You simply move. The path opens again, leading into another open courtyard. This one feels smaller, more intimate. Stone benches line the edges, worn smooth and cool. You walk toward the center and pause, not because you need to stop, but because stillness feels natural here. You stand quietly, breathing slowly, allowing the calm to settle deeper into your body. Your shoulders feel loose, your neck soft, your face relaxed. Nothing pulls at your attention. Nothing waits for a response. You continue walking slowly along the edge of the courtyard, letting your steps fade into silence. The moonlight remains steady, unmoving, resting gently across the ground. Your breathing deepens further. In, out. With every breath, your awareness softens. The world feels slightly farther away, as if you are drifting gently inward. You pass beneath another archway and enter a long, quiet street. The buildings here feel taller, their walls smooth and evenly shaped. The street stretches forward into shadow, calm and open. You walk, slowly, calmly. Each step feels predictable, familiar. The repetition itself is soothing. Your mind no longer tries to organize thoughts. It allows them to pass freely, without resistance. Silence stretches longer now. Moments pass without thought. Only breath, only movement. The ancient world remains unchanged around you. It does not react. It does not shift. It simply holds its shape, steady and calm. You notice how your eyelids feel heavier. Not tired, just relaxed. Your breathing remains slow, even, effortless. You walk a little further, then slow again. Your body naturally finds a pace that feels almost like You continue walking, slowly, calmly, with no effort. The street beneath your feet narrows, becoming quieter, as if the ancient world is guiding you gently inward. The stone feels cooler here, smoother, more polished, like it has been protected from wind and weather for a very long time. You breathe in and slowly breathe out. The air changes slightly. It feels stiller, held in place, as though the space around you has learned to remain quiet. There is no breeze, no shifting temperature, only a steady, comfortable coolness. Ahead of you, a wide archway rises from the stone walls. It is tall and perfectly balanced, carved with simple lines that feel calm rather than decorative. The archway does not feel like an entrance to something unknown. It feels like a doorway into deeper silence. You step beneath it. The sound of your footsteps becomes softer immediately. The echo is gentler, as if the stone around you absorbs sound instead of returning it. Your steps do not travel far. They disappear quickly into the quiet. You continue forward. A long hall opens around you. The ceiling arches high above, supported by evenly spaced pillars that rise upward and vanish into darkness. The hall is wide, but it doesn't feel empty. It feels steady, supported, as if the air itself is resting here. Along both walls, shelves are carved directly into the stone. They hold objects you do not need to identify. Some shapes are smooth, some angular, some wrapped in darkness. There is no need to examine them. This hall is not asking you to learn. It is not asking you to remember. It is simply offering quiet. You walk slowly down the center of the hall. Your pace becomes even softer. Each step feels lighter, as if your body is becoming more relaxed with every movement. Your shoulders drop. Your hands feel warm and heavy. Your face remains soft, calm, comfortable. You breathe in, out. With each breath, thoughts drift farther away. They no longer arrive as clear ideas. They arrive as faint sensations and then dissolve before taking shape. You keep walking. The hall continues without interruption. Pillars repeat in gentle rhythm, one after another, evenly spaced, perfectly predictable. The repetition is soothing. Nothing changes suddenly. Nothing interrupts. The only thing that moves is you, and even your movement feels quiet, as if you are walking through still water. You reach a place where the hall widens slightly. The space opens into a larger chamber, circular and calm. The floor is smooth stone, cool and steady beneath your feet. In the center of the chamber, there is a low stone platform. It is simple and clean, untouched, as if it was never meant to hold anything heavy. It feels like a place where people once paused, not to work, but to be still. You do not hurry. You walk toward it slowly. Your breathing remains steady. In, out. You pause for a moment near the platform, not because you need to stop, but because stillness feels natural. The silence here is deeper than the silence outside. It has layers. It feels like the quiet that gathers after a long day ends, the quiet that remains when nothing needs to be done. You breathe again, and as you exhale, you feel your body settle a little more. Your thoughts drift. One arrives, then fades. You do not hold on to it. You do not follow it. You simply remain. After a moment, you begin walking again, leaving the chamber gently behind. The hall continues forward, returning to its long, even rhythm. You walk between the pillars. Each one feels like a marker of time, but time.
You continue walking, slowly, calmly, with no effort. The street beneath your feet narrows, becoming quieter, as if the ancient world is guiding you gently inward. The stone feels cooler here, smoother, more polished, like it has been protected from wind and weather for a very long time. You breathe in and slowly breathe out. The air changes slightly. It feels stiller, held in place, as though the space around you has learned to remain quiet. There is no breeze, no shifting temperature, only a steady, comfortable coolness. Ahead of you, a wide archway rises from the stone walls. It is tall and perfectly balanced, carved with simple lines that feel calm rather than decorative. The archway does not feel like an entrance to something unknown. It feels like a doorway into deeper silence. You step beneath it. The sound of your footsteps becomes softer immediately. The echo is gentler, as if the stone around you absorbs sound instead of returning it. Your steps do not travel far. They disappear quickly into the quiet. You continue forward. A long hall opens around you. The ceiling arches high above, supported by evenly spaced pillars that rise upward and vanish into darkness. The hall is wide, but it doesn't feel empty. It feels steady, supported, as if the air itself is resting here. Along both walls, shelves are carved directly into the stone. They hold objects you do not need to identify. Some shapes are smooth, some angular, some wrapped in darkness. There is no need to examine them. This hall is not asking you to learn. It is not asking you to remember. It is simply offering quiet. You walk slowly down the center of the hall. Your pace becomes even softer. Each step feels lighter, as if your body is becoming more relaxed with every movement. Your shoulders drop. Your hands feel warm and heavy. Your face remains soft, calm, comfortable. You breathe in, out. With each breath, thoughts drift farther away. They no longer arrive as clear ideas. They arrive as faint sensations and then dissolve before taking shape. You keep walking. The hall continues without interruption. Pillars repeat in gentle rhythm, one after another, evenly spaced,
perfectly predictable. The repetition is soothing. Nothing changes suddenly. Nothing interrupts. The only thing that moves is you, and even your movement feels quiet, as if you are walking through still water. You reach a place where the hall widens slightly. The space opens into a larger chamber, circular and calm. The floor is smooth stone, cool and steady beneath your feet. In the center of the chamber, there is a low stone platform. It is simple and clean, untouched, as if it was never meant to hold anything heavy. It feels like a place where people once paused, not to work, but to be still. You do not hurry. You walk toward it slowly. Your breathing remains steady. In, out. You pause for a moment.
You remain on the terrace. The stone beneath your feet is cool and steady. The air around you is calm and still. The sky above you feels wide and open, as if it has been waiting for you to look up. You breathe in and slowly breathe out. The night is quiet in a gentle way, not empty, not lonely, just quiet, like a soft blanket laid across the ancient world. Stars rest in the darkness above you. They do not flicker. They do not rush. They appear steady and patient, scattered across the sky with no pattern you need to understand. You continue breathing. In, out. The sound of your breath feels like the only movement in the world. Everything else holds perfectly still. The terrace is wide, made of smooth stone worn down by time. Its edges are simple, clean, nothing ornate, nothing sharp. It feels like a place that exists only for stillness, only for rest. You begin walking again, but even more slowly than before. Not because you need to move, but because movement feels calming, a gentle rhythm, a quiet pattern. Your steps are soft here. They barely echo. You walk to the far side of the terrace, where a low stone wall separates the platform from the open darkness beyond. You rest your hands lightly on the cool surface. The stone feels solid, reliable, like it has always been here and will remain. You look out over the ancient city. The rooftops below are dark and quiet. Streets stretch between buildings like soft shadows. Courtyards and open spaces rest in silence. Nothing moves. No lights flicker. No doors open. The entire world feels asleep. You breathe in again and out. Your shoulders loosen even more. Your face softens. Your eyes feel heavier. Not tired, just calm. You stay here for a moment, looking outward, letting the stillness spread through your body. It feels as if the quiet is moving into you, settling in your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your hands. In, out. Thoughts drift up slowly, like bubbles rising in deep water. They appear without urgency, then pop quietly and disappear. You do not follow them. You do not hold on to them. You are simply here. You turn away from the low wall and walk back toward the center of the terrace. The stone beneath your feet remains cool and steady. Each step feels gentle and slow. Your breathing remains even. In, out. You notice how the sound of the voice feels softer now, blending into the quiet. Words are still present, but they are not sharp. They feel distant and calm, like a slow wave that rises and falls without pulling you anywhere. You reach a wide open space near the middle of the terrace. This feels like the right place to rest. You can choose to sit or to lie down. Your body already knows. You lower yourself slowly, carefully, without any rush. The stone meets you with cool steadiness. It supports your weight fully.
You adjust slightly until you feel comfortable. Your arms rest easily. Your shoulders relax. Your neck softens. You breathe in and slowly breathe out. The night sky remains above you, wide and open. Stars stay still. They feel like quiet points of light scattered across a peaceful darkness. You do not need to look at them for long. You can let your eyes close if they want to close. You can keep them open if that feels better. There is no wrong way to rest here. You continue breathing. In, out. With every exhale, your body sinks a little deeper into comfort. Not into sleep yet necessarily, but into calm, into the feeling of being held. You listen to the silence. It is full and gentle. You listen to the faint sound of the air. It moves softly, almost imperceptibly. You listen to your own breath, slow, even, soft. Your thoughts become less frequent. The spaces between them become longer. A thought may appear and drift away, leaving behind quiet. You remain lying beneath the open sky. The ancient world continues to rest around you. Nothing changes. Nothing interrupts. There is no sudden sound, no movement that demands attention. Only calm, only stillness. You breathe again. In, out. You notice the weight of your body against the stone. It feels stable, supported. The surface is cool, but not uncomfortable. It feels soothing, like a gentle reminder that you do not need to hold yourself up anymore. You can let go. You can rest. You can allow your muscles to soften. Your feet relax. Your legs relax. Your hands relax. Your shoulders relax. Your jaw relaxes. Your forehead smooths. Your breathing remains slow. In, out. The voice continues softly, moving at the pace of breath. There are no sharp words, no strong emphasis. Everything is gentle. Everything is slow. You do not need to remember anything. You do not need to follow anything. You can simply listen, or you can let the words fade into the background. Both are fine. The ancient city below remains dark and quiet. Streets rest without footsteps. Courtyards rest without voices. Doors rest without movement. It is as if the entire world has entered a deep, peaceful stillness. You are part of that stillness now. You breathe. In. Out. Your thoughts continue to drift away. They no longer form clear images. They are only soft sensations, faint impressions that dissolve before they can become anything more. You remain lying on the terrace beneath the stars, safe, calm, comfortable. Nothing is required. Nothing is expected. You are allowed to rest here for as long as you want. The sky does not change. The stars do not hurry. The silence remains steady. You breathe again. In. Out. The sound of the voice becomes softer in your awareness, as if it is moving farther away. Not disappearing, just fading gently into the calm.
Words slow down. Spaces grow longer. You feel yourself drifting, not falling, not sinking, just drifting, like floating on still water. You are still breathing, slowly, evenly, gently.
You remain where you are. The stone beneath you is cool and steady. The air around you is calm and quiet. The sky above you feels wide and open, resting in silence. You breathe in and slowly breathe out. There is nothing you need to do now. No movement required, no thought required, no effort required. Your body is already resting. Your shoulders are soft, your arms are heavy, your hands are relaxed. Your breathing continues gently. In, out. Each breath feels slow and smooth, like a quiet wave that rises and falls without force. You notice how the world around you remains unchanged. The ancient city is still. The streets below are quiet. The courtyards remain empty and calm. Nothing moves. Nothing interrupts. The stillness feels stable, supportive, like a quiet place that holds you without asking anything from you. You breathe again. In, out. With every exhale, your body releases a little more weight. Not suddenly, not dramatically, just slowly, gently, as if you are letting go one small piece at a time. Your feet relax. Your legs relax. Your hips soften into stillness. Your stomach loosens. Your chest rises slowly and falls slowly. Your shoulders sink lower. Your neck softens. Your jaw releases. Your forehead smooths. You are safe. You are calm. You are allowed to rest. You breathe in again and slowly breathe out. The sound of the voice is soft now, low and steady. It does not rush. It does not change. It remains gentle, like a slow current moving through silence. Words may feel less important now. You do not need to understand them. You do not need to remember them. You can let them pass through you like air. In, out. The spaces between your thoughts grow longer. A thought might appear. It arrives softly, without sharp edges. Then it drifts away. It does not stay. Another thought may appear, then fade. There is no need to follow, no need to hold. Only breathing, only calm. You continue resting beneath the open sky. Stars remain still above you. They feel distant and quiet, like soft points of light that do not ask to be noticed. The darkness between them feels gentle, not heavy. You breathe in, out. Time feels different now, slower, softer. Moments pass without being counted. You may not know how long you have been resting here, and you do not need to know. Your body knows what to do. Your breathing continues, slow, even, effortless. You notice a comfortable heaviness in your eyelids, not forced, not sudden, just a gentle weight like a curtain lowering slowly. If your eyes are open, they may want to close. If they are closed, they may feel even heavier. That is fine. You do not need to resist. You do not need to control anything. You breathe in again, and slowly breathe out. The ancient world remains silent. It does not change. It does not demand attention. It simply continues being still. You feel yourself drifting, not moving physically, just drifting inward, away from sharp thought, away from clear attention, drifting toward softness, drifting toward quiet. You breathe in, out. The voice continues steady and gentle. Sentences become slower. Pauses become longer. Words arrive with more space around them. You can let those spaces hold you. You can let the silence do the work. You are resting. You are calm. You are safe. You breathe again. In, out. Your mind no longer needs to create pictures. It no longer needs to form ideas. It can rest. It can float. It can become quiet. Thoughts appear only as soft impressions now, like distant waves, like wind far away. They do not pull you. They do not disturb you. They pass. You remain, breathing slowly, evenly, gently. You may notice your body feels warmer now, or cooler. Either is fine. Your body is adjusting into comfort. You can let it settle. You can let it soften. You breathe in and out. The world is quiet. The ancient city is quiet. The terrace remains quiet. The sky is quiet. Even the voice is becoming quieter in your awareness, blending into the calm. You do not need to listen closely. You can let the sound fade behind your breathing. You can let the words blur. That is fine. You breathe in, out. A soft stillness spreads through you, not like sleep arriving suddenly, more like a gentle tide coming in, slowly, steadily, covering everything with calm. Your hands feel heavy. Your arms feel heavy. Your shoulders feel heavy. Your face feels soft and calm. Your breathing continues. In, out. Long inhale, long exhale. Your thoughts are now very far apart. Sometimes there is only space, quiet space, soft space, safe space. You remain under the open sky, but you do not need to hold it in your mind. You do not need to picture it clearly. You can simply know that it is there, steady and calm. You breathe again. In, out. If sleep comes, you can allow it. If it comes slowly, you can allow that too. Nothing needs to happen quickly. Nothing needs to happen perfectly. You are already resting. You are already calm. You are already safe. Your breathing becomes the only rhythm. Slow, even, gentle. The voice becomes softer and softer, fading into long pauses.
And in those pauses, there is nothing you need to do. Only rest, only quiet, only breath. In, out, in, out. You drift deeper and deeper and deeper.